An embarrassment last time out against the Leeds Rhinos. Final game of the season, Mark Dunning and his side, they've gone through a lot of development and they'll be hoping to finish the season on a high. So welcome to Odsal Stadium. We'll go through the Bradford Bulls starting lineup then. And Mark Dunning has Charlie Costello at fullback, wing three-quarter line, Jaden Myers, Harry Walker, David Camano and Lewis Adams, the half-back partnership. The ever-reliable Taylor Mail and Lewis Camden. Lewis Camden, incidentally, has been called up to the England under-16 side. They will face Wales at the end of August at Stebburn Heath Park, the home ground of the West Wales Raiders. So Taylor Mail, Lewis Camden in the halves, the forwards, Kieran Lupton, Jaden Barraclough, Oliver Scott, the back row forwards, Nehemiah Mensah and Joe Kellett, and at loose forward, Kyle Andrews. And on the interchange bench for Mark Dunning's side, Dylan Jackson, Miles Lawford, Liam Laver, Josh Allinson, James Hopkinson, Marcus Green and Marcus Goncalves. For the Castleford Tigers, Bailey Hodgson at fullback, Jason Jordan, Milthorpe and Mackenzie Skerr, the wing three-quarter line. Mackenzie Skerr, once upon a time, of the Bradford Bulls. The half-back partnership, Charlie Harris and Jack Sadler. The forwards, Jacob Hart, Kane Robb, Jacob Kalowski, Nathan McGee, Lewis Ransom and Will Shaw at loose forward. And on the interchange bench for Castleford this evening, Tom Greensmith, Callum Hutchinson, Dan Seames, Jaden Fisher, Ben Wood, Riley Brown and Harry Render. So both sides naming 7 interchanges. Andy Gregory's in the house. He says hello everyone. Let's have some Wednesday night fun here at Odsal Stadium. It is the Bradford Bulls against the Castleford Tigers on the Bradford Bulls Facebook Live page. And here come the Bradford Bulls, led by the skipper Kieran Lupton. He leads out the Bradford Bulls side this evening. Conditions absolutely perfect. And it looks like, from where Castleford are concerned, they want to finish the season on a high. They've been one of the strong sides in this under-16s Academy Scholarship in 2019. Bradford, they'll look to bounce back after that defeat against the Leeds Rhinos at Headingley 2 weeks ago. So, it will be Bailey Hodgson of the Castleford Tigers. He puts the ball down there on the halfway line. The referee is Ewan Bowie. A loud, shrill blast of the whist from Mr. Bowie. And that one will see play and game on here as Lewis Camden takes the first tackle for the Bradford Bulls just outside his own 20-metre line. Bradford playing towards the South Bank side in this first half. Let us know in the comments where you're watching the game from this evening. Perfect conditions here at Odsal Stadium as it goes out of Barraclough's hands at dummy half to Mensah. Mensah's brought down on the third tackle, 40 metres out from his own line, 10 shy of halfway as it goes from Camden. Camden now to Scott. Scott's brought down on the fourth tackle, 5 shy of halfway over on the far stand side, and that's where the Bradford Bulls will take the ball. Although David Camano has just come up with a little bit of an error there, and that will be the 0 tackle for the Castleford Tigers. And on the 0 tackle, Castleford will have ball in hand 40 metres out from that Bradford try line as Oliver Scott comes in along there with Joe Kellett to bring down Castleford on tackle number 2. Goes to the loose forward, Nathan McGee. He's brought down there, McGee, just outside the Bradford 20-metre line. So an early opportunity here for the Tigers. And that one's just been knocked on and spilled forward by Lewis Ransom, who tried to take the bullets passing from Charlie Harris. And Harris, just a little bit too much force on that one. Ransom's knocked it on, and the Bradford Bulls will have scrum, head and feed, 15 metres out from their own try line. So already, nearly 100 people joining us on Bradford Bulls Facebook Live this evening from Odsal Stadium. And Bradford looking to close down the Academy Scholarship season with a win in the sunshine here at Odsal. And despite that early error there from David Camano, they defended belligerently and diligently. And referee Mr. Bowie has Castleford inside the 10. And that's the first penalty of the evening. And that will give Lewis Camden a chance to find touch over on the first-hand side. And oh my word, that wasn't struck with any real conviction. That was a boomerang kick. He's actually just advanced the ball a couple of metres forward, but Camano will tap it. Camano decides to take on the ferocious Tigers defence. 3 Tigers in that first tackle just inside the Castleford half, so Bradford will have a full set of 6 out from that Castleford line as it goes from Barraclough to Lupton. Lupton captains the side this evening. Quick play the ball from Lupton. Barraclough now to Taylor Mail to Camden. Camden's just lost his footing. Third tackle gone. 40 metres out from that Castleford line. Barraclough down the middle now with Kyle Andrews. Andrews is brought down on the 4th. 30 metres out, centre field. Good line speed in defence from the Tigers as it goes out to Taylor Mail. That one's been picked off, and there's a chance here for Castleford, and it's going to go home. Valiant chase back here in the corner, but the Tigers open the scoring. It's a try right over there in the corner, and it is Jason Quare. Referee points the finger, and that has come from a Bradford error. Great footwork. Applied the afterburners, a valiant chase back from Lewis Camden, but that was a superb Castleford Tigers try. Just ever so slightly coming against the run of the play here in the opening moments, but that has certainly delighted the travelling support from the Castleford Tigers, and that sees them 4 points to 0 up on the scoreboard. So, the conversion to come over on that fast-hand side. Try right in the corner of the Rewley Avenue terracing. Sandra Rose has just messaged saying she's watching in Devon this evening. Good evening, Sandra. A massive week in terms of the Bradford Bulls and where they're going to be playing their home fixtures in 2020 as the conversion attempt just falls below the crossbar here. Wow, talk about going close. That one was just millimetres away. But it is Bradford Bulls 0, Castleford Tigers 4. And Dennis Foley says, come on you Bulls, come on the lads. So here at Odsal Stadium, Lewis Camden about to get the restart underway here. That Bradford lineup once again, Charlie Costello at fullback, wing 3/4 line, Jaden Myers, Harry Walker, David Camano and Lewis Adams. The half-back partnership of Taylor Mail and Lewis Camden. The forwards, Kieran Lupton, Jaden Barraclough, Oliver Scott, Nehemiah Mensah, Joe Kelly and Kyle Andrews. And from the restart, you don't see that very often, but Nehemiah Mensah, Lewis Camden and Kieran Lupton, they swarmed on second row forward Nathan McGee, and McGee was pushed right back in goal. Goal line dropout coming up, as Andrew Robinson says. He's watching from sunny Wetherby. So Bradford force the restart. They're down by 4. They're looking for a bit of a pick-me-up in the confidence stakes as Kieran Lupton takes that on the full and makes 12 metres forward. 28 out from the Castleford line. Tackle number 1. Short ball there from Barraclough. He finds Andrews. Andrews brought down there in a 2-man tackle led there by Milthorpe and Skur. They're going to go back down the middle now with Mensah. Mensah, 15 metres out. 2 tackles remaining. Third tackle gone. Barraclough with a grey scrum cap. Looks and finds Lewis Camden. Camden now to Mail. Camano's put the ball down for a second time inside the opening 10 minutes. Pressure off for the Castleford Tigers. And Bradford, you can just see what they were trying to do there. They were trying to suck in that Castleford edge defence. Mitch Lares joining us on the stream. He says he loves going to Odsal. What a great ground. And it really would be a shame. There was an interview on Pulse 2 and in the Telegraph and Argus yesterday. Brian Noble, a former Bradford Northern, Bradford Bulls legend. The headline really, he'll be absolutely frightened and sad to see Odsal go. So a big week for the Bradford Bulls in terms of where they're going to be playing next season. Certainly a lot of thought-provoking comments from supporters, young and old. But it must be said, when you factor in the rent, £72,000 per annum to the Rugby Football League, and then you've got the occupancy costs. As Castleford throw the ball into touch out of dummy half there, and that wasn't really Kane Robb's finest moment. He holds his hand up, he gets a pat on the back there from his Castleford teammates, and this leaves a little bit of pressure off the Castleford Tigers, and that'll be scrum, head and feed to the Bradford Bulls. So I know quite a few people commenting and sending messages about what is happening with Odsal. There will be a decision made by pretty much this time next week, because the season tickets, as Andrew Chalmers said in his weekly column in the Bradford Bulls partnership with the Telegraph and Argus, the season tickets go on sale on Thursday the 15th of August, and he will not put the season ticket on sale without deciding where the club will be playing next season. So certainly an interesting and busy week in terms of the club's future, but they're right here, right now. The under-16 scholarship season finale here as the Bulls, 30 metres out from that Castleford line, centre field position. Barraclough's in there at dummy half. Gives it there to Mail, to Camden. Good fast hands. Here's Costello. Costello brought down in a two-man tackle. And that's the last tackle for the Bradford Bulls. And Mark Dunn inside in good field position. The Sean blazing down here. And that's a crossfield kick there from Lewis Camden, looking to put the winger under pressure. And he's dropped the ball. So perhaps that was a bit of a tactic that Mark Dunning was talking about in the dressing rooms before the match. Castleford, they've got the sun in the faces in this first half. It'll still be high in the sky at the start of the second half when Bradford will be playing towards the Rewley Avenue terracing. But the Bulls, they have earned a repeat set, and that was Lewis Camden's ingenuity. Great crossfield kick, asking a lot of questions of Bailey Hodgson on that fast-hand side, and that now will see Bradford 10 metres out. A repeat set, Camden to Barraclough. Camden again, along the line to Costello. Costello out to Myers. Jaden Myers to the corner, and Jaden Myers, a superb try, and we're locked up at 4 points apiece. That was a flowing move there from the scrum. It was Barraclough towards Lewis Camden. Camden, the bullet pass, out to Myers. Myers took on that Castleford right edge defence, and we're locked up at 4 points apiece. We're in for a rugby league treat this evening, let me tell you. And the conversion attempt is going to come right on this main stand side, and it was the creative brilliance there of Lewis Camden, and he will attempt the conversion attempt, and Bradford maybe just about to go in front here. Michael Ackroyd and Sean Dixon say, great move, great try. Andy Milani says, that's a nice try. Bradford 4, Castleford 4 here at Odsal Stadium. And on nights like this, evenings like this, in the summer sunshine, the temperature 23 degrees, this is what Odsal was made for. Lewis Camden then. No pressure on the kick. Just going to wait for his teammate to get out of his peripheral vision. Time back on here. From the right boot. That one's curling. That's holding. That's there. Bradford Bulls 6. Castleford Tigers 4 at Odsal Stadium. The Bulls lead. Vicky Croston says, nice quick hands. What a great try. Sean Dixon, he's enjoying the coverage tonight. And Ian Chapman says, great try from the young Bulls. Wayne Carter says, good kick from Lewis Camden. Come on, you Bulls. Lewis Camden then, from that touchline, that was piloted to perfection between the Castleford posts. So Bradford Bulls 6, Castleford Tigers 4 here. We're back underway, and Bradford, they're just going to ease a little bit of pressure off the forwards here. Harry Walker, second tackle. Harry Walker makes 10, 12, 15 metres forward. 25 out, second tackle gone. Barraclough now towards Camden to Mail. Over on that far stand side. Good scrambling defence there from the Tigers. They're shifted to the right, stopping Bradford's penetration. Back they go with Taylor Mail. Mail to Kellett. Kellett's wrapped up on tackle 4. Bradford near the halfway line on the restart. They're going to look for the 40-20 from Lewis Camden. Camden sends that one straight down the throat of the Castleford Tigers fullback. And that is going to be Bailey Hodgson, who's brought down on tackle number 1 in a 2-man tackle led there by Jaden Barraclough and Oliver Scott. And Namaya Mensah and Jaden Barraclough. Great physical contact there. The Castleford Tigers forward. Jacob Hart, he'll feel that one in the morning. Thankfully, it's the school holidays, so he won't be sore in class. But certainly the Bulls, the main business this evening. Out of dummy half from Kane Robb. He'll find the loose forward. Will Shaw. Shaw's brought down on the 4th tackle. 10 metres inside that Bradford Bulls half here, but the Bulls are fronted up in defence. Referee says 5th and last tackle. What will Castleford do here? Kane Robb out of dummy half is going to go to the scrum half. That's Jack Sadler. Sadler's kick's going to bounce down. Kamano's looking to put a little bit of pressure on the winger on that far stand side. They keep it going. It's the last tackle. The kick comes in from Bailey Hodgson, and that's great positional play by the Bradford Bulls fullback Charlie Costello. And here goes Charlie Costello. Costello out of the Bulls danger zone into open field, and he's brought down on tackle number 1, 30 metres out from his own try line. And Bradford still leading by 6 points to 4. They've passed that test of their defence. Barraclough's just out of position, so that'll be Lewis Camden who takes the tackle. That's the 3rd tackle, the 5 shy of the halfway line. They're going to come back down this middle channel. A strong carry there. That's Josh Allinson who's just come on the field. They're inside the Castleford half. Barraclough to Taylor Mail to Kamano. David Kamano twisted and turning. Finds his winger, Lewis Adams. Adams is inside the Castleford 20-metre line, and we're on the last tackle again. They're going to go to Taylor Mail. Taylor Mail, crossfield kick, looking for Camden. Bailey Hodgson reads that one superbly, and he's brought down 18 out from his own try line on tackle number 1 by Lewis Camden and Oliver Scott in there. Rob Kane in there at dummy half. He's looking for the forwards. Finds the back row forward of Nathan McGee. He's rolled over on his back. Kane now out of dummy half. It goes to the loose forward, Will Shaw. Shaw's brought down on the 3rd tackle. Castleford 15 out from the halfway line as Rob Kane once again going down that right-hand edge. He finds the prop forward, Jacob Hart. Hart's driven back there in a great 2-man tackle from the Bradford Bulls. I tell you what, frenetic pace to this one. Castleford look for a 40-20. That's early in the count. That was just going to hold up kindly for Lewis Adams, the Bradford winger on that far stand side, and he now returns it in centre field via a lateral mazy run, and he will take tackle number 1 on a new set of 6 for the Bradford Bulls, leading 6 points to 4, 15 metres out from their own try line. Barraclough just trying to get back in a position there as Bradford on the 2nd tackle. 20 metres out. Costello to Mensah. The Bulls just calming things down a little bit. Steve Bailey says COYB. Come on, you Bulls. And Bradford now a half chance over on that far stand side. Kamano was on the outside. The scrum cap's been left behind from where the tackle will take place, just inside the Castleford half. And Bradford once again coming straight down that middle channel. Joe Kellett rolled over in a 2-man tackle. Last tackle here for the Bradford Bulls, and Mark Dunn inside. Taylor Mail to Kamano. Kamano on the last tackle, heading towards the far stand side. Still going David Kamano. Goes into touch. That was the last tackle. It won't be a scrum. It will be a turnover in possession, and Castleford will play the ball 25 metres shy of the halfway line, and the score remains Bradford Bulls 6, Castleford Tigers 4. And if you're just joining us, Jaden Myers with a superb try in the corner, giving the Bradford Bulls the lead, and a superb touchline conversion from Lewis Camden, of course, who will certainly enjoy his England call-up. Anyone wanting to go watch that game, that's at Stebenheath Park, Llanelli, the home of the West Wales Raiders. That's taking place on the 31st of August. Donna Kilgallen says, come on the Bulls from Spain. So, been a bit of the Lewis Camden show here in the first half at Odsal thus far, but Castleford now asking questions of this Bradford Bulls defence. They're on the last tackle, 25 metres out. Rob Kane is going to give it there to the scrum half for Castleford, and Jack Sadler puts a high hanging kick up, but that's dealt with there by Costello, and that's tackle number 1. So the Bulls fullback certainly radar-like on latching onto that high pinpoint accuracy kick, and it remains 6-4 in favour of the Bradford Bulls. And the Bulls doing well, and great run there from Jaden Myers, and he'll alleviate a little bit of pressure there on the Bulls forwards, because he'll carry them 15, 20 metres forward, and Bradford looking good, but Castleford just in that arm wrestle at the moment, trying to neutralise that Bulls threat. Goes through quick hands from Barraclough to Mail. Mail looks for a willing runner, finds Oliver Scott. Scott's brought down just shy of the halfway line. We're on the last tackle. Barraclough to Camden. Great place kick there from Camden. That one's just going to hold up, is it? Going to ask questions there of Mackenzie Skerr. Mackenzie Skerr, he will have to reach forward, pick the ball up, and he's brought down on tackle number 1, 20 metres out from the Castleford try line. You might, in the background, just see Sam Hallis, of course, the Bradford Bulls first team player. He's the assistant coach. He wants to follow in the footsteps of his famous rugby league family, and he started his coaching career here under the guidance of Lee Beattie and Mark Dunning. So Sam Hallis certainly enjoying his first season coaching the Bradford Bulls under 16s. There's just been a bit of a head concussion knock, so referee Ewan Bowie has stopped the clock here. And for those just joining us, once again, we'll quickly go through the Bradford Bulls lineup this evening. So Mark Dunning named the fullback, Charlie Costello. The two wingers, Jaden Myers and Lewis Adams. Myers, a try scorer in the 8th minute. That has given Bradford the 6-4 lead. Harry Walker and David Camano, the centres. The half-back partnership, Taylor Mail and Lewis Camden. The front row forwards, Kieran Lupton and Oliver Scott. The hooker is Jaden Barraclough. And the back row forwards and loose forward, Nehemiah Mensah and Joe Kelly. And as we said, binding the pack at loose forward is Kyle Andrews. 7 players named on the interchange bench. Jyland Jackson, Miles Lawford, Liam Laver, Josh Allinson, James Hopkinson, Marcus Green, and number 20, Marcus Goncalves. So play back on, time back on. Castleford move the ball over on this main stand side. Good hands there from Joshua Millthorpe. Millthorpe's going to be brought down just inside the Bradford half. And in fact, it was Millthorpe who managed to get the ball back on the inside to the supporting Charlie Harris. So Harris will play the ball here for Castleford. And they're on the last tackle, 30 metres out. It goes from Rob Kane towards Jack Sadler. Sadler, once again, looking to put a high hanging kick in. The Bulls have lost the ball. And the referee is going to give a penalty. He originally gave it to the Bulls, but he's reversed his decision. He's going to say penalty to Castleford because he's going to look and he's going to point at Lewis Adams and he's going to say he pulled back a Castleford player who was potentially charging forward for that kick. And they're under a bit of pressure here now, the Bulls. A repeat set for the Tigers. The trail 6-4. Good hands once again from Charlie Harris. Harris out wide. It goes to Millthorpe. They're in at the corner. And Castleford. That was a well-worked try. And they retake the lead. I'll tell you what, this is helter-skelter stuff this evening. It's now 8 points to 6. Jason Quare. Right in at the corner. So, difficult touchline conversion attempt here. Callum Jordan couldn't convert from the far stand side. This one over on the near stand side. Right on that touchline. Bradford Bulls 6, Castleford Tigers 8. So 2 tries to 1. It could come down to kicking. This one, though, is just going to fade to the left-hand side of the post. And it remains here on Bradford Bulls Facebook Live here this evening. A fantastic Wednesday evening. The final scholarship game of the 2019 season at Bradford and Castleford. Let me tell you, there's a lot of intensity to this one. David Fox says, great try. Come on the Tigers. So too says Pauline Lloyd. And it is Bradford 6, Castleford 8. So it will be Lewis Camden to get proceedings back underway. That one's going to come down 15 metres out. The bounce is kind for the Tigers. And Castleford now just going to move the ball up to their own 20-metre line on tackle number 1. Rob's in there at dummy half. To Harris. To Sadler. He's brought down tackle 2. Rob to Harris. Neat little break there. Half chance from Ransom. Lewis Ransom will get to his feet on the 3rd tackle. Rob in there at dummy half. Goes to the loose forward. Will Shaw. Shaw's brought down for the Castleford Tigers just shy of the halfway line. Back inside the Bradford half. Loop ball over the top to Querquer. Jason Querquer. He's just scored the try for the Castleford Tigers and he's brought down on the 5th and last tackle. The lead by 8 points to 6. Jaden Myers putting a little bit of pressure there on Charlie Harris. Harris got his kick away and Costello will return the ball on tackle number 1. 18 out from his own try line. So Bradford trailing by 2 points. 8 points to 6 here at Odsal Stadium. Keep the comments rolling in. If I have a little glance down at the monitor here at Odsal, I'll certainly read out your comment. Suspect a lot of Bradford fans, they'll be incredibly sad if the Bulls have to leave Odsal, but we remain hopeful that an agreement can be reached and the Bulls will be here, their spiritual home, in season 2020. Goes out towards Camden. Camden now finds Mensah. Nehemiah Mensah brought down in a 3-man Tigers tackle. They're on the 5th and last. Barraclough in there at dummy half. Back to Camden. Camden the high hanging kick. Menzies Skur under pressure. Mackenzie Skur. That one's going to roll dead. And that was a bit of a fortuitous bounce and a bit of a lady luck there on the Tigers. That'll be a 7-tackle set. And I tell you what, you taught from a young age not to let them bounce. That could have bounced either way. Luckily for the Tigers, that one just went over the dead ball line. And they will have a 7-tackle set coming up from deep. And they'll be looking to, hopefully, from their coach's perspective, be in a good position on the last tackle. 2nd tackle gone. Rob goes out of dummy half. Finds the inside support there of Shaw. Will Shaw's brought down in a 2-man tackle. 2nd tackle gone. Here goes Rob. Rob down the middle. Rob's brought down. He's offloaded the ball. Tackle not complete. And it's going to go to Skur. Skur's now brought down on the 3rd tackle. Castleford already 20 metres out from that Bradford try line. They're going to keep the ball going now with Ben Wood, who's just come on the field. That's the 4th tackle. Taylor Mail is calling for players to shift over on that right-hand edge. Castleford have spotted something, but the Bulls' defence holds strong. And we're on the 5th and last tackle. The Tigers have gone 75 metres here. Rob out of dummy half. Kicks behind the line. Too much on that one, but Mensah's touched it. I don't think he had to do that. But safety first from Mike Dunning and the Bradford Bulls. And it will be a repeat set of 6. The 2nd goal line dropout of the evening that the Bulls have conceded. And it will be a repeat set for the Castleford Tigers, leading the Bradford Bulls here. 2 tries to 1, 8 points to 6 on Bradford Bulls Facebook Live this evening. Don't forget, this weekend, the Betfred Championships going right down to the wire. And what a great game we have in store on Saturday evening. The top 2 meet in Lamport Stadium, Toronto and York. Sadly, Sky Sports won't be broadcasting that game. And just to hopefully aid with a bit of the confusion, that is because Toronto have not paid the Canadian broadcaster to cover that game. So Sky were taking the feed all season long, certainly in Canada, from the Toronto broadcaster. And for whatever reason, which currently remains unknown, Toronto have decided to stop broadcasting their home matches. And that is for the foreseeable future. Hopefully not for the playoffs, but certainly I think there's a bit of great sadness that the top 2 in the championship meeting in Toronto on Saturday won't be available to the masses. But here at Odsal, Castleford, on that restart, get to tackle number 2. They've come up with another error. And Bradford now, they will look to perhaps build some bit pressure down the middle, just to wrestle a bit of that, back of that, a bit of that ascendancy and momentum away from the Tigers. Barraclough in at dummy half as Andrews will play the ball. Lewis Camden out on this main stand side to Goncalves. Goncalves is heading towards the touchline. He's barreled and rolled over. Great defence from the Castleford Tigers there. And that was Lewis Ransom, Will Shaw, and that player there, Josh Milthorpe. Great play there from Castleford. Nothing really that Marcus Goncalves could do about that. Castleford, they had all that defensive momentum. They were like magnets, attracting and he was barrelled over, and that is another chance gone there for the Bradford Bulls, but it remains Bradford 6, Castleford 8 here. This game perfectly poised, and there's a line break here. This could be a first half hat-trick for the Castleford Tigers. Number 2, Jason Quirquer, he's underneath the post. He's done the Jai Hitchcocks, and Castleford lead 12 points to 8. Great try from the scrum. Electrifying rugby league football here at Odsall. Castleford, a third try of the evening. It's now Bradford 6, Castleford 12, and the kick and the position for Callum Jordan will surely see the Castleford Tigers centre add on the extra 2, and that is going to put a little bit of daylight between the Tigers and the Bulls here at Odsall Stadium. And don't forget, on Sunday, Barrow against the Bradford Bulls. Whatever happens at Lamport Stadium, there might be a little ray of hope for the Bulls on their top 5 playoffs. John Keir is not going to ride it off until it's mathematically uncertain. And from in front of the post to give the Tigers a 2-score lead here at Odsall, Callum Jordan, and it is the Bradford Bulls 6. Castleford Tigers 14. A couple of people in the live comments saying the Castleford Tigers team is wrong. Well, that wouldn't be the first time that I've been given a wrong team sheet with wrong numbers, so I do apologise. I can only call on what is given in front of me, and clearly the Castleford Tigers have changed the numbers. Mackenzie Skerr underneath the post for the Bradford Bulls, and a first half hat-trick. So I do apologise, but what a great restart there from Lewis Camden. Camden finding touch, 10 metres out from the Castleford line. A little bit of hesitancy there from the Castleford fullback Bailey Hodgson, and that is going to see the Bradford Bulls have scrum, head and feed. So certainly, as we approach half-time here at Odsall, bit of a commentator's curse there. I've been given the wrong team sheet. I will try and rectify that in the second half, find out just exactly who is playing in what number for the Castleford Tigers.
Castleford in orange.
We know they're in orange. Bradford then, can they get themselves back in this one? Barraclough to Camden to Costello. Is history about to repeat itself? Costello towards the line. He's on his knees. He's brought down inches out from that Castleford line. Chancing at the corner, Jaden Myers just brought down in the field of play. Camden in there at dummy half to Mensah. Look at the ferocious, the competitive nature of these young players. That ball's been stolen. Penalty to Bradford. Nehemiah Mensah, 3 Castleford players in defence there. The urge was just too great to pinch the ball. A repeat set here for the Bulls. 5 minutes to go to half time. Bradford 6, Castleford 14. And Bradford, they just want to set their attacking stall out, 20 metres out rather than 10 metres out. Tapped on the foot there by Barraclough to Mensah. Tackle number 1. A crucial set of 6 coming up here. You suspect this might be the Bradford's last chance in this first half. Barraclough now to Camden. Lewis Camden, the shimmy, the shake. Brought down 8 metres out just in front of the post. But they're going to come down the middle. Big strong drive there from Marcus Green. He's come off the interchange bench. Green plays the ball. It goes there to Barraclough. Barraclough now to Andrews. Andrews head down, twisting, turning, tilting towards the line. He's pushed back 4 metres out. 4th tackle coming up. Barraclough to Taylor Mail, to Costello, to Camano. Lewis Adams is heading into touch. He's lost the ball backwards. Great defence though from the Castleford Tigers. And the scoreboard remains Bradford Bulls 6, Castleford Tigers 14 here at Odsall. The final Academy Scholarship game of the 2019 season. And you talk about dexterity, tenacity. Look at that resilience in that Castleford defensive line. There was numerous players roaring like lions and tigers there. Heart on your sleeve stuff. And Bradford, they now will set their defensive stall up on their own 20-metre line, looking to force and hunt a Castleford error. So just to correct the team sheet, Mackenzie Skerr wearing 2. First half hat-trick here at Odsall Stadium. Bradford defending on their own 30-metre line. Green and Barraclough coming in. Kane Robb in there at dummy half. Looking for options. That's some goal line defence from the Tigers. One of the comments on the Facebook Live feed. Charlie Harris is brought down on the last tackle for the Castleford Tigers. The kick out of dummy half from Kane Robb. Finds touch. Great kick there. That is going to turn around the Bradford Bulls. Referee looks at the watch. We've still got time to play in this first half here. And what a great first half here at Odsal Stadium. Bradford Bulls 6, Castleford Tigers 14. And I think every try, all 4 tries have been eye-catching and worthy of the highlight reel. So the Bradford Bulls, they face the trip up to Cumbria, Craven Park and Barrow on Sunday. And here come the Bradford Bulls. Lewis Adams from the scrum over on that far stand side. Couple of minutes remaining, we reckon, here. Kamano, second tackle. Just shy of halfway, Sunside in a set. Behind the popular stand side here at Odsal, that's the open terracing. Green's brought down on the third tackle. Camden to Mensah. Nehemiah Mensah brought down there in a 2-man tackle. Lewis Ransom, Will Shaw defending on edge and alert. And Bradford now will find themselves on that last tackle, 25 metres out. Are they going to go on that short-hand side? They do. Taylor Mail. Cut out pass to Lewis Adams. Adams boot to ball. And great play there from the Castleford winger. That is Jason Querquer. And Querquer has just managed to hold on to the ball. Castleford just moving the ball out from their own 10-metre line. Charlie Harris, great line ball. Camden hunting. So too Cogales, who was just ready to make the tackle, but it was Camden and Walker for the Bradford Bulls. I'll tell you what, that was almost something from a circus act there. Great take from Turner. Back it goes to Charlie Harris. Harris on the last tackle, floats it along the floor. Castleford keeping the ball alive. Harlem Globetrotter stuff this. Kane Robb kicks it out on the full, and Bradford will have a play the ball 15 metres out from the Castleford line. I've never seen anything like that before. But Kane Robb, the Castleford Tigers hooker, he kicked it out after a bit of a nightmare there from Charlie Harris. That was a pass along the floor. And Phil Illingworth says, come on, you Bulls. Marcus Green, tackle number 1. He's brought down 9 metres out, right in front of the post. Bradford looking to cut this 8-point deficit against the Tigers. Taylor Mail off the floor. Referee says that's good. Camden now to Kamano. Kamano to Adams. Adams is in at the corner. The touch judge, though, will say no try. They're going to say knock on. Well, Lewis Camden's gone over in at the corner, and he's going to say Lewis Camden has knocked the ball on over the line. That will be no try. That will be a 20-metre restart. So Bradford going oh so close, oh so near here. And what are Castleford doing? Kamikaze Rugby League. Just keep hold of the ball, please. The back row forward, Nathan McGee, he calms things down, and they're just going to go down this middle channel, and they've lost the ball, and Bradford get another chance. Referee says no advantage. He looks at the watch, says we've still got time, and this will be another scrum to the Bradford Bulls. We're into 2 minutes of added on time here at Odsal Stadium. Bradford 6, Castleford 14, and Bradford one last chance, you feel, as referee Ewan Bowie looks at the watch and discommunicates how long's left to the players. Pretty much inaudible from right up here at the back of the broadcasting commentary booth here at Odsal Stadium. But what a great first half of rugby league this has been, and this puts your faith, renews your faith in the academies and the scholarships. Camden, he's got Myers on the outside. Myers, can he stay in the field of play? Yes, he can. Jaden Myers does exceptionally well. Quick play the ball. Camden Camden to Walker. And Walker's hit of the shoulders, dumped backwards on the turf. Here goes Concalves. Concalves, 2 metres out in front of the post. They're going to pinch one out of dummy half. It's Dylan Jackson. And look what it means to the young Bradford Bulls. It's a second try right on the half-time whistle. It's Bradford Bulls 10, Castleford Tigers 14. And Dylan Jackson, let me tell you, Castleford's defence, there was a bit of hesitancy there, just watching the replay, a bit of hesitancy around the ruck. The half expected that ball to be heading towards Camden and Mail, but Jackson, 2 metres out, scooped it up. And just like George Flanagan, James Laws, Stuart Spruce, all those Faber Bradford greats, picked the ball up and put it down. It was a bit of a walk-in. Michael Ackroyd says, "You little beauty." David Fox says, "This is turning into some game." Sean Dixon says, "Great try." Well, I tell you what, people, tell me, Rugby League's always at the top in the Super League. I think we've seen a great game of Rugby League here this evening. So, Bradford Bulls 12, Castleford Tigers 14. Still time remaining in this first half here at Odsall Stadium. Someone's just reminded George Flanagan of the time at Doncaster last season when he forgot to put the ball down. Hopefully George Flanagan's not joining us on the live stream here this evening. But it is Bradford 12. Lee Hay says, "Evening, Mick, hope you're well." Yeah, I'm as well as can be. Looking forward to a couple of great games of Rugby League over the next few days, including the Academy Championship under-19s that are away at Wakefield on Saturday. That one's at 12 o'clock if anyone wants to watch and join us. Bradford just inside that Castleford half. Delayed pass there from Taylor Mail. Bradford asking questions of this Castleford defence. They're on the last tackle. Currently got over 200 people joining us this evening. Lewis Camden, high and long. That one goes down the throat there of Quare. Quare takes that one well in the sunshine, springing a step. He's brought down just shy of his own 20-metre line. So just to let the viewers know, predominantly these games are played 35 minutes a half at under-16 scholarship level, but it would appear, because we're now into the 6th minute of added on time, that the referee, Ewan Dowie, is playing the full 40 minutes. Probably because it's the last game of the season and both coaches would agree to that. I'll certainly chase that up at half-time, but what a great game this is turning out to be. Bradford 12, Castleford 14. These are the stars of the future. Castleford on that halfway line now. Last tackle, says referee Mr. Bowie. In there at dummy half is Sadler. Sadler finds Harris. Charlie Harris kicks it straight down. Touch judge comes on. Harris has been taken out late. Referee's not seen the touch judge. Touch judge trying to alert the referee. Referee's going to blow for half time. Well, he's going to stop the clock here. And I think this is going to be a penalty to Castleford. Charlie Harris was hit late after the ball was kicked. I'm not quite certain which the Bradford number player it was, but this is fair and square. A penalty to Castleford. No complaints from me. Great to see the young officials communicating and talking well. Been a difficult week for the referees after what happened on Saturday evening, but certainly, credit to the young match officials coming through here. And Castleford, contemplating taking 2 points here. Well, they look towards the bench. It's the last game of the season. Come on, let's run it. Let's go for a try, which they're going to do. They're going to keep this big crowd here. And those joining us on the live stream entertained. It goes out towards Skur. Mackenzie Skur. He's brought down 10 metres out. And that's half time. Well, perhaps 2 points might have been the better option, but what a great first half here at Odsal Stadium. A first half hat-trick from Mackenzie Skerr. He opened the scoring after the intercept. He went 50 metres, applying the afterburners to touchdown in the corner. We then saw the Bulls hit back. Good quick hands from the scrum. It was Barraclough to Camden. Well, welcome back to Bradford Bulls Facebook Live here, where it is half-time and it is the Bradford Bulls 12, Castleford Tigers 14. We did speak to the referee at half-time and he has confirmed he is playing the full 40 minutes. So guess what? We're getting the full 80 minutes here at Odsal Stadium, not the 70. And who would begrudge them? Because if the second half is anything like the first half, we're in for a real rugby league treat. A splendid evening here at Odsal. The action just as splendid on the pitch. And Castleford, they will have first use of the ball. They'll move it down the middle. Bradford, they're setting their defensive stall out. Kane to Harris. An early error from the Tigers. That one's adjudged to have gone backwards, so they will regroup, refocus. And they're going to be brought down 15 shy of the halfway line. Harris to McGee. McGee's brought down there. Mail and Andrews in defence for the Bradford Bulls. Fourth tackle gone. Goes out to Sadler. Sadler to Milthorpe. Last tackle. Kick from Rob. Out of dummy half. And that one will skip past Lewis Adams on this main stand side. And that will be scrum, head and feed to the Bradford Bulls. So the Castleford Tigers line up once again this evening then. The fullback, Bailey Hodgson. The wing free quarter line, Jason Quare, Callum Jordan, Josh Milthorpe and Mackenzie Skerr. A hat-trick in the first half, Mackenzie Skerr. The half-back, standoff half, Charlie Harris, scrum half, Jack Sadler. The forwards, Jacob Hart, Kane Robert Hooker. The forwards, Jacob Kolowski, Nathan McGee, Lewis Ransom and Will Shaw. And on the bench for Castleford this evening, Tom Greensmith, Callum Hutchinson, Dan Sims, Jaden Fisher, Ben Wood, Riley Brown and Harry Render for the Bradford Bulls. This is their first set of 6 in this second half. Charlie Costello at fullback, wing free quarter line, Jaden Myers, Harry Walker, David Camano and Lewis Adams, your wing free quarter line. Your standoff half, Taylor Bale, scrum half, Lewis Camden. He was an influential figure in that first half. And the forwards, Kieran Lupton, Jaden Barraclough, Oliver Scott. The back row forwards, Nehemiah Mensah, Joe Kellett and Kyle Andrews at loose forward. And on the interchange bench for Mark Dunning's Bradford Bulls side, as both sides complete a good, clean, solid start. As that kick there from Lewis Camden will turn around Castleford. 7 interchanges named by Mark Dunning this evening. Dylan Jackson, Miles Lawford, Liam Lather, Josh Allinson, James Hopkinson, Marcus Green and Marcus Concalves. So, we plugged a big fixture for the Bradford Bulls on Sunday. Barrow against the Bradford Bulls. Don't forget, as always, if you can't make it, follow the game on the Bradford Bulls social media channels. If you want a bit of commentary, Pulse 2 is your friend. We're up there live and direct from the Cumberland Peninsula from 2 o'clock on Pulse 2 on Sunday. But don't forget that Castleford, they host the London Broncos at the Menderhose Jungle on Saturday evening. A massive game that for the London Broncos, especially after losing ground on that relegation fight after suffering a 58-28 home loss against the Salford Red Devils. So massive game for Castleford in terms of getting back in the top 5. The 2 points adrift of Wigan and the Caroline Dragons. London 2 points behind Leeds, Wakefield, Huddersfield, Hutchinson Rovers. An exciting end for the Super League, an exciting end for the Championship top 5. Bradford need to win all 4 games. Started on Sunday at Barrow. Here come the Bulls from Castleford's 7th error in this match so far. Camano's brought down tackle number 2, 18 metres out, attacking the Ruley Avenue terracing here in the second half. Here goes Jackson. Jackson with a show and go. Great awareness, great composure there from Jackson. He's brought down 5 metres out. In there at dummy half, it's going to go to Kellett. Kellett fires it towards Lupton. He's brought down 2 metres out. It now goes to Camden. shifts it on that right-hand edge to Costello. The ball's been dropped. Harry Walker drops it cold. Scrum, head and feed there to the Castleford Tigers. 10 metres out. And you could see what Camden and Mail were trying to orchestrate, trying to shift that Castleford edge defence out wide and perhaps then come back the other way on the lateral. But it remains Bradford 12, Castleford Tigers 14 here at Odsal Stadium. Final game of the season for both Castleford and Bradford in the Academy Scholarship, the under-16s. There will be the international fixtures at the end of August, beginning of September. Numerous players from both the Bulls and the Tigers named in the England development squad. They will face Wales at Stebenheath Parkland Effley on the 31st of August. That's a 3 o'clock kickoff in the afternoon. That's a Saturday afternoon. I think I'm commentating on that for the Rugby Football League Our League app. So great journey down to southwest Wales. Last tackle for the Tigers. 5 metres shy of halfway. Kick goes in from Charlie Harris. Lewis Adams was very calm there. He gets up, plays the ball on his own 30-metre line. Myers, Bradford's first try scorer this evening. He started the Bradford Bulls fight back in that first half. And now here goes David Camano. Camano just shy of the halfway line. Third tackle gone. Good defence from the Tigers around the ruck. Now down the middle it's going to go with Marcus Green. Green's brought down 10 metres inside the Castleford half as it goes towards Camden. Camden now to Lupton. Lupton gets that leg drive and that traction, and Bradford are on the last tackle. 30 metres out here, the trail by 2. Out of dummy half towards Camden. Camden kicks ahead. Looking to look, but a bit of pressure there on Bailey Hodgson, but Hodgson does well, wearing the black scrum cap in this second half. And he will take tackle number 1 for the Tigers, who lead by 14 points to 12. Bit of a miscommunicated pass there, but it's recovered superbly by McGee. McGee heads towards the main stand side on that far channel, and he's brought down on tackle number 2, 15 metres out. Bradford's defensive line set on the Castleford 25-metre line. And look at that for racing clear out of that defensive line as Oliver Scott leads that defensive charge. Castleford on the third tackle. Greensmith out of dummy half. He's brought down on tackle number 4. Quick play the ball. Sadler. Out to Jordan. To Querquer. Querquer's wrapped up on the 5th and last by Camano. They'll play the ball just inside their own half here, will Castleford. Sadler. That one's perfectly weighted. That's going to be a difficult one for Lewis Adams. Adam takes it, and the referee will say penalty to the Bradford Bulls. So Ewan Bowie, the referee this evening, he's going to penalise the kick chase there from the Tigers, and that will be Bradford's 4th penalty of the evening. They will find touch 10 metres inside the Castleford half. Jackson to Camden to Scott. Tackle number 1. 2 Castleford defenders out of that defensive line. They'll be the A and B markers, 30 metres out. Centre field position. Back to Camden. Camden through a gap. Here goes Lewis Camden. Camden 10 metres out. Great awareness there. Castleford. They have to be alert when Lewis Camden has ball in hand. The danger not averted. Taylor Mail. Out wide to Costello. And have they got the ball down? The referee's going to point the finger. And Bradford, they have a third try in this game. And it was Costello's pass out to Walker, and Walker's in, and Bradford lead 16 points to 14. Harry Walker, great try. The touch judge gives the nod, and Harry Walker, he has been adjudged to have grounded the ball in the in-goal area. And Lewis Camden, what a break. Paul Wilkinson says, get in. Sometimes it's the short sentence words, the short words in the sentence that make the perfect sense. Phil Harris says, get in. Nikki Camden, she says, get on. Lewis Camden then, from that far stand touchline. This to add another 2 points to the Bradford Bulls total. And this one is just going to go underneath the crossbar. So, this helter-skelter of an under-16s academy scholarship game is going one way then the other. Now it's in the favour of the Bulls. Bradford Bulls 16, Castleford Tigers 14 here at Odsal Stadium. And someone's just commented and said, "You beauty." Let us know in the comments where you're joining us from this evening. Where in the world have you found the Bradford Bulls Facebook Live page? As David Camano comes up with an error. Great restart there from the Castleford Tigers scrum half, Jack Sadler. So the 2 sevens, the 2 pivots, they're having a real strong influence on this game. Kian Bostock joining us. He says Piz. He's in Halifax. Nice part of the world, Halifax, Peace Hall. Here come Castleford. Can they get themselves back in it? And here goes Sadler. Sadler through a gap. He's brought down there 2 metres out from the right-hand edge. Rob's back in there at dummy half to Shaw. Will Shaw's brought down now. 8 metres out in front of the Bradford post. Third tackle gone. Rob. Out wide. Bullock pass. Mackenzie Skerr. He wants 4. He's going to get 4. No, he's not. Touch judge flags up. And Mackenzie Skerr, he has been denied a 4th try here at Odsal this evening. Look at the quick, fast hands there. Bailey Hodgson out to Mackenzie Skerr. And what a try-saving tackle from Jaden Myers. It was the body check. He just put off Mackenzie Skerr, foot in touch. Just watched it back on the replay. Great officiating this evening here at Odsal. I tell you what, Ewan Bowie, remember the name, the touch judges, they've got very little wrong here this evening. Refreshing indeed. Bradford 16, Castleford 14. Bradford keep their lead intact. We have had 10 minutes gone in the second half here at Odsal Stadium. Can the Bulls hold on? I tell you what, I don't want this game to end at this moment in time. It's been absolutely fantastic. Paul Ashworth says, great defence from the Bulls. Jaden Moyles tagging Joe Moyles in. That's it. Tag everybody. Share the rugby league love here at Odsal. Knock on.
No, I didn't.
And Marcus Green looks absolutely disgusted with himself. Marcus Green just coming up with a loose carry there. Scrum to Castleford, 15 out from the halfway line. 15 inside the Bradford half. Referee not happy. Something happened there in the scrum, so they'll reset, recharge, reload. Castleford then. A huge chance now to build a bit of pressure on this Bradford line. Bailey Hodgson, tackle number 1. 30 metres out. Back, they're going to come down that middle channel. Hart's brought down. Rolled over on his side. Rob's in there at dummy half. Finds Sadler. Sadler to Hodgson. That one's been picked off. Here goes Lewis Adams. Adams is brought down by Sadler. Oh my word, you thought we were going to have a foot race like the Olympic 100-metre sprint. Lewis Adams got a bit of cramping back play. Bradford, though, another great opportunity now inside the Castleford half. And Lewis Adams, well, on will come the Bradford physio, but Bradford won't care. They're going to play to the whistle, and here goes Taylor Mail. Taylor Mail's brought down 20 metres out from that Castleford line. They've got the ascendancy here. Fresh on the field, Miles Lawford goes towards Camden. Camden's brought down on tackle number 3. 18 metres out. Camano in at dummy half. Here goes the huge frame there of Oliver Scott. He's like an express train. 4th tackle gone. Run remaining here for the Bulls. Jackson out of dummy half. It goes to Taylor Mail. Mail out wide. Towards the line, it's Kieran Lupton. Head down, charging forward. He's brought down on the last. Inches away. Last tackle here. Marcus Green's in. Marcus Green's in for the Bulls. It's a fourth try. They're second in the second half. And Bradford have shocked the Tigers. It's 20 points to 14 here at Odsal. The kick to come from just to the right-hand side of the post. Great try there from Marcus Green. And Marcus Green, he looked up to the sky after coming up with that error. He asked God for redemption, and redemption he has been granted. The Bulls are back in this one. Jacob Beattie joining us in Spain. He's on holiday, and he says, come on, you Bulls, with some love hearts. Jacob Beattie, of course, a under-16s player. Phil Illingworth says, get in there. Well played, the Bulls, says Kian Bostock. And Paul Wilkinson says, go on. Great power play. Come on, you Bulls, Paul Ashworth. Can we give a big happy 18th birthday to Cameron Berry? That's from Ronnie Smith. Bob Myers and the Gunmen. He says boom with a firework. Lewis Camden. Pressure on the kick. It's right in front, but this will give the Bradford Bulls a 2-score lead. And it's Bradford Bulls 22, Castleford Tigers 14 here at Odsal. We've had 54 minutes gone, 26 minutes remain. And Claire Denman, she's got the red, amber and black love hearts and the bull emojis because they lead by 8, 22 points to 14. And now Castleford, they have to chase the game. There's still a long, long way to go in this one, but Ronnie Smith, a happy 18th birthday to Cameron Berry. Cameron Berry, one of the Bradford under-19s academy players. He'll be featuring on Saturday at Wakefield. That's a 12 o'clock kickoff. And just like we do every time, we'll be doing this again on Saturday at 12 o'clock. Bradford 22, Castleford 14. On the restart then. Jackson to Mensah. Mensah along the line. That's a bit of a hospital pass, but Camden picks it up. Good quick hands. Here goes Concalves. Concalves is brought down just a metre inside the field of play. Concalves gets to his feet. Camden out of dummy half to Kimano. Kimano is brought down in a Freeman Castleford Tigers tackle. Referee shouts 4. 1 remaining here for the Bulls. It goes to Mail. To Green. How did that pass stick? Green finds Scott. Scott's lost the ball. Double knock on. Referee says first knock on against the Bulls. Scrum head and feet to Castleford. And the referee will pack the scrum down on Castleford's 40-metre line, 10 shy of the halfway line. Dan Hall, Darren Hughes, good evening. Let us know in the world where you're joining us from. The sun just starting to set ever so slightly here at Odsal Stadium. Still quite a mild, warm evening in the height of summer here. I looked at the forecast for Barrow, incidentally, on Sunday, and I saw a cloud with a bit of lightning, so I think it could be a bit of a wet and wild one on the Cumbrian Peninsula, but I tell you what, I always like the trips up to Cumbria, the scenery. Not going in the car this time, going up on the train.
Lake District Sunday.
Can't beat it. Rugby League. Here we go, Castleford. Down by 8. You feel the need to score next as we approach the hour mark here at Odsal, but they've not waved the white flag. Dennis Foley joining us from Yeadon in Leeds. Another nice part of the world. Craig Giddins is watching from just over the road. Sadler. He will find Fisher. Jaden Fisher has just come on the field for Castleford. Last tackle, says the referee. Rob off a Kimano, play on. Here come Castleford. That wasn't played it, although the referee says it was. So here we go then. Kimano for mine. Didn't really know much about it, but Bradford, they're going to have to do some defending here because Castleford have the repeat set. Rob, will he show and go out of dummy half? He's looking for the support. Fisher was calling for the ball, but it was Nehemiah Mensah and Joe Kelly who came in and stopped the offload. Jordan out of dummy half. He's going to find Harris. Harris now to Hodgson. Bailey Hodgson's brought down. Mensah and Mail in that two-man tackle. The 3 metres out from the Bradford line. It goes to Sadler. Sadler tries to cut through, tries to pirouette his way past those big imposing Bulls forwards. And we're on the last tackle for the Tigers. They're down by 8. The trail 22 points to 14. A little grubber kick in out of dummy half. And Oliver Scott Well, he was showing his athleticism there to just drop on that ball and recover possession for the Bradford Bulls. But look at this from the Tigers. They've got themselves a goal line dropout, but the referee, he says held. Bradford on their own try line. That's their second tackle. This is immense pressure here from the Tigers. Look at this. Third tackle gone, and there's an error at dummy half. And Bradford, they've buckled under the pressure of the Tigers. And here we go. It's scrum, head and feet to Castleford. They're down 22 points to 14. We've got just 21 minutes remaining, just approaching the hour mark here at Odsal. And this one's going the distance. Bradford, they have to regroup, refocus, and they set their defensive stall. What can Castleford do? They're hunting their fourth try of the evening. Three tries in that first half. They're led by 14 points to 12. Here goes Sadler. Sadler's 2 metres out. It was a great tackle there from Kelly. Kelly with a green scrum cap coming and wrapped him up. But Bradford, as Fisher's lost the ball. And that's smothered there by Concales. The referee has a look at that one. And that now is a 10th error in this game from the Castleford Tigers. Bradford have made 8 errors thus far. And Bradford now, they're doing hard work, moving it out. This is like a throwback to the Stones Bidder days. In the mud here at Odsal. Neither side getting any traction at the moment. Kamano picks it up. That's the third tackle for the Bulls. The Tigers, once again, putting the Bulls under pressure. Jackson to Mail to Scott. Scott brought down on tackle number 4. They're 15 metres out from their own try line here, Bradford. They've not played the ball outside their own 20 in the last couple of minutes. Now they will do as it goes out towards Walker. Walker's lost the ball and Castleford recover. But a huge decision here. The referee says penalty for raking. The ball's been stolen. And that is a huge let-off there for the Bradford Bulls. The pressure will evaporate into the Odsal skyline. And that is Bradford's 5th penalty of the evening. And a huge let-off with the Bulls leading the Tigers at 22 points to 14. Jackson will tap the ball. 5 shy of halfway. Goes down the middle here with Mensah. Mensah, look at that for composure. He's still going, he's Mensah. Mensah's made 15 metres there. 5 now inside the Castleford half. Jackson towards Lupton. Lupton with a half break. He was looking for support. Keeps hold of the ball. Second tackle gone. Jackson now to Green. Green keeping the ball going. It goes on to Miles. Lawford. Lawford 2 tries against the Widnes Vikings here at Odsal a month ago. To Kamano. Kamano towards the line. 2 metres out. And that is tackle number 4. Jackson's going to pinch a double, is he? Jackson's over the line, but he's held up. And we go back to the 10 for the last tackle. You can't take your eyes and ears away from this one. Jackson held up, denied a second try. He will play the ball. Kellett to Mail. Mail peppers one behind the line, but that's a great read. Great defensive read there from the Castleford second row forward. He was like a statue. He didn't blink. And now Castleford will look to build a bit of momentum on this Bradford line. We've got 19 minutes remaining here at Odsal Stadium. Bradford Bulls 22, Castleford Tigers 14. And both sides, a credit to the clubs, a credit to the community clubs. This one's been one of the great games of the season. It's a shame it's right the final game because I don't think anyone wants the season to end. Here come Castleford though. Lewis Ransom, he's caught high by Mensah and Green. Penalty count now, 5 penalties apiece. And Castleford, they're going to have a repeat set deep inside the Bradford half. And that kick there from Callum Jordan will see the Tigers 20 metres out. So on the back of a bit of indiscipline there from the Bulls. As Mark Dunning is about to make a double interchange. We're about to see Jaden Barraclough come back on the field. And also for the first time this evening, Josh Allinson. So double interchange on the way from Mark Dunning. Referee Ewan Bowett is just going to stop the clock because Castleford have someone in the emergency war room who's got a bit of a concussion, I feel, and on will come the physios. We've had an hour gone. Why not bring on the water? Let's get the troops replenished and refreshed. Game on a knife edge though. On the tipping scale. The pendulum just ever so slightly nudged in favour of the red, amber and black of the Bulls. 2 second-half tries, wrestling back that lead, opening up an 8-point gap. 2-score advantage. Castleford, they're looking for their first points of this second half. Can they cross the Bradford line? And look at that defensive pressure there from the Bradford Bulls. Castleford losing 10 metres forward. Sadler to Turner. Turner's away. Turner's in. Sadler's pass there to Callum Jordan. And it's Jordan who's over. Great try. Sadler to Jordan. Bullet pass through the hole. Nothing that David Camano and Charlie Costello could do. And Jordan gets Castleford's 4th try of the evening. Bradford Bulls 22, Castleford Tigers 18 here at Odsal Stadium. 17 minutes to go in this one. And the try scorer, Callum Jordan, he will attempt the conversion attempt here. 10 metres in from this main stand side. This to take us to a 2-point ball game. Craig Davis says, getting Cass. Superb entertainment from both sets of players this evening. Kian Bostock says that was a great try. TRY, Kian. TRY. Jordan then. Hoofed it wide. Apologies if you picked up a little bit of foul language, industrial language there from young Callum Jordan.
His man will see him when he gets home.
A little bit of frustration there from Callum Jordan, who had just put that one to the right-hand side of the post. So 3 missed kicks so far this evening from the Castleford Tigers. Sadler's having a blazing game. So, Bradford Bulls Facebook Live with me, Mick Gledall, the game caller. Bradford Bulls 22, Castleford Tigers 18. 16 minutes to go. And that's an error before they've made it to tackle number 1. Jacob Hart's just lost the ball on contact. And that is just the reaction that Mark Dunning would have wanted. Jaden Barraclough straight out there on the field. And Jaden Barraclough, he put the defensive squeeze there. And I think it was more the contact of Jacob Hart hitting the hard playing surface and the ball just popped out. A huge chance for the Bulls. Camden over on the far stand side. Miles Lawford's now in the half-back role. He's trying to direct the players. It goes towards Taylor Mail. Mail's brought down 10 metres out. Just to the right-hand side of the post. 22 points to 18. Here goes Oliver Scott. Scott fancies a tilt at the Castleford line. 3rd tackle gone here. Barraclough's in there at dummy half to Mail. Finds a support there of Kieran Lupton. Lupton's brought down and rolled over. 4th tackle gone. 1 remaining for the Bulls. Barraclough in front of the post. Castleford's defence stands tall. Great defence there from the Tigers. And the referee's going to stop the clock because Sadler's down on his own try line in a bit of pain. And Bradford will play the ball on the last tackle underneath the Castleford post via Oliver Scott. So huge play coming up here for the Bradford Bulls. Castleford scrum half. Jack Sadler just receiving a bit of attention from the physio. Hopefully nothing too serious. I think it's just a bit of the good old CR, AMP, a bit of cramp. And this game perfectly in the balance here at Odsal Stadium. Bradford 22, Castleford 18. 2 tries to 1 in this second half. Castleford led 14-12 at half time. A Mackenzie Skur hat-trick in the first half for Castleford. And we've just seen their fourth try come from Callum Jordan. Well, Jack Sadler is looking like he's going to have to leave the field here. He's trying to run it off, but the Cas physio... Well, I think they're going to keep... No, they're not. Jack Sadler might be a bit of a huge loss then for the Tigers. He has to leave the field. On will come Riley Brown. And on the last tackle, the Bradford Bulls are going to cross out wide. Camden's in. Lewis Camden. He dances through the gap. And it's Bradford. They've got a fifth try here until this evening. And it was the good quick hands once again. Taylor Mill, Lewis Camden. And Camden, he squeezes past Dan Sims and Callum Hutchinson over on that far stand side. And it is Bradford Bulls 26, Castleford Tigers 18. And Lewis Camden, he will attempt the conversion attempt after his try on that far stand side. Max Tordoff says, yes, the Camden. Craig Giddins says, go on. Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. Sean Dixon, is that the one? Michael Ackroyd, superb try. Bob Myers says, brilliant. And Cian Bostock says, come on, you Bulls. Nicky Camden says, yes, Camden. George Camden says, well done, Lewis. Come on, you Bulls. A lot of love for the Bulls at Odsal this evening. Lewis Camden then. From that far stand side, can he pilot this one between the posts? Oh, well, perhaps Lewis Camden is superhuman after all. Ryan Sykes says, get in. Jacob Beatty says, who are Cass? Callum Deacon, come on, boys. Matt Barrett, how long left? 14 minutes on the stopwatch here at Odsal. 26 points to 18 here at Odsal. Referee not happy with that quick restart taken by Castleford. Donna Camden says, well done, Lewis. I tell you what, I'm off up to Tongue tomorrow to interview John Keir for the pre-match build-up to Barrow on Sunday. I'll be certainly asking John Keir about Lewis Camden's performance here this evening. Not just Lewis Camden, but the full team performance. The 14 minutes to hold on here at Odsal. Yeah. This would be a very strong win against a very strong Castleford Tigers side. Bradford back underway on the restart. Ball returned to their own 10-metre line. 13 and a half minutes remain now.
Mick. 8.
As Bradford
8 plus a stoppage.
Moving out towards their own 20-metre line. Under 16s Academy Scholarship. Bradford 6th penalty. That's come on the second tackle for a flop. 6-5 the penalty count now. Favours the Bulls. And someone now has given dissent. So penalty count 7-5. So a bit of indiscipline from the Tigers when they least wanted it. And Bradford. Ten minutes or so remaining to hold on. Oliver Scott brought down. Tackle number 1. 2 metres shy of the halfway line. Barraclough to Green. Green with that momentum. Gives Bradford that added edge. Here goes Lewis Camden. Camden adjudged to have gone behind David Camano. So 7-5 turns into 7-6. And Castleford, with no one at home, are going to find touch 10 metres out. What a superb kick there from Callum Jordan. Craig Davies says, Cass. This one's not over yet. I said at half-time, we're going the distance, and we very well are. Can Castleford get themselves back in this game with a 5th try themselves? 5 tries to 4. Just a goal kicking the difference thus far at Odsal. And a bulldozing run there from Hart. Hart's halted 5 metres out. Quick play the ball. They're going in out wide. It's Bailey Hodgson. Mackenzie Skur is in at the corner. It's another try, but the referee will disallow it. He says forward pass, and here come the Bulls. They're going to quickly take the ball, but it's a scrum on the 10. And everybody thought they were herring away for the 20-metre line. I tell you what, I've just watched that one back on the replay. That one is one of those marginal 50-50 calls. That one's gone in favour of the Bulls, and it remains here at Odsall. Bradford 26, Castleford 18. Heading towards
7 minutes.
A good crescendo here. 7 minutes remain. A lot of Bradford fans are saying they're off to Barrow. Sean Dixon says OMG.
Man of the match.
I tell you what, for those joining us on the Bradford Bulls Facebook Live stream, let us know your man of the match. It can be a Castleford or a Bradford player. And for every vote, we'll tally up the votes. Some strong performances from both sides. Toby Rackham says, I'll be there in Cumbria. Last chance saloon stuff for the Bradford Bulls on Sunday. I've already done the commentary notes ahead of the game. Now, depending on what happens on Saturday in Toronto, Toronto could do the Bulls a massive favour beating the York City Knights. Bradford on that last tackle. Referee stopped the clock. Castleford player down in back play. It will be Kieran Lupton who will play the ball 42 metres out. A lot of people saying that Lewis Camden man of the match. Referee says Phil says the referee's had a great one. Camden, outstanding performance tonight. I think we might be giving the man a match to Lewis Camden at this moment in time. Callum Deacon says Camden, well done.
Number 20 for
Kian
us.
Bostock says number 4.
20 for us on.
Max Tardoff says Lewis Camden, man of the match. So coming back on for the Bradford Bulls then for the final
5 minutes.
6 minutes or so. Marcus Concalves. All interchanges used this evening. So Jackson, Lawford, Leather, Allinson, Hopkinson, Green, Concalves out there. Maureen Hammond says can't wait going to Barrow for the weekend.
Wow.
Shane, watching from Ayr, Scotland. Ayr's a very nice part of the world. Here goes Miles for Camden. Camden's just knocked it forward. Concalves picks up. And that will be a changeover in possession. Claire Downs, Camden with a kiss. Bradford Bulls 26. Castleford Tigers 18. 5 minutes to go here at Odsall. Castleford, up your jumper stuff now. Looking for some divine inspiration, some divine invention. And Jared Tolson says Joe Kellett's played well. Well, he's dropped the green scrum hat cap in this second half. Castleford have lost the ball. That one went on the floor. And here come the Bradford Bulls. Back down the middle with Green. Second tackle gone. What can Castleford do now in defence? They need the ball. The clock's against them. So too the scoreboard. Bradford moving the ball now with Allinson. Allinson, 15 years of age, push back. Plays the ball. Barraclough. Here goes Miles Lawford. Lawford to Camden. Camden's pass to Concalves has been lost. Bradford's 10 Ferrer of the evening. And the referee will put the scrum down 15 metres out from the Castleford line. And the referee still saying there's around about 4 minutes remaining here at Odsall. I know we said this last set, but now or never for the Castleford Tigers. Superb entertainment on a Wednesday evening. Referee not happy with the scrum. Bailey Hodgson, tackle number 1. Mark Dunning's just sent the message on via Sam Hallis to concentrate in defence. Expect the unexpected from the entertainers, Castleford. 12 shy of that halfway line. Good pass, good ball, good strong run. Lewis, Ransom there. He'll get to his feet. He'll play the ball. In at dummy half is Tom Greensmith. Greensmith looking for the pivots. Don't forget, Jack Sadler off the field with cramp. Castleford still going. Get the ball out the back door. They go on a run on that Maidstad side. And he's brought down on that 5th and last tackle. It's Callum Hutchinson. Hutchinson will play the ball. They're on the last tackle. They're calling for it. It's Callum Jordan who was calling for it on the inside. But David Camano, great positioning, great confidence under pressure, because Callum Jordan was herring away on the inside, looking to beat Camano to the ball. And now Bradford will just look to calm things down here. 3 minutes remain at Odsal Stadium. Barraclough in defence. Scott plays the ball on his own 30-metre line. They move it on that right-hand edge. 1 tackle remaining here for Mark Dunn inside. It would be a famous victory for the young Bradford Bulls. Bit of a risky pass there from Miles Lawford. It goes to Camano. Camano not brought down. He is now for hungry Castleford defenders. And that'll be the last tackle. 2.5 minutes remaining. Myers is in at dummy half. Referee will stop the clock. Now we'll raise time back on. Myers to Camden. Lewis Camden has kicked straight down the throat there of Harry Render for the Castleford Tigers, and Render will get a quick play of the ball in. Here goes Greensmith. Greensmith taking on Green. Green wraps him up. Could have been a penalty. Greensmith plays the ball. Castleford now inside the Bradford half. 90 seconds remaining on our stopwatch here at Odsal Stadium. Castleford down by 8 points. They need 2 tries, but here they go. They're not waving the white flag. The ball's been lost forward. Referee says knock on. That could be Castleford's last chance. Although it's touched a Bradford hand, it's been knocked down by Bradford's Harry Walker. And Castleford, they'll have one last chance. Callum Deacon says it's been a great game. Ryan Sykes, some great tackling. Well, I tell you what, people prematurely saying, well done, Bulls on the win. There's still time to go here. Don't count the chickens until they come home to roost. 26 points to 18 here at Odsal Stadium. Referee not happy once again that players have broken clear from that scrum. So, the final game from the Under-16s Academy Scholarship, and this one has not disappointed. Final 30 seconds plus any time added on. Are we going to be in for a grandstand finale? Castleford have to score. They must score on this set of 6. It's going to be Greensmith. Greensmith keeps the ball going. Gives it there to Harris. Harris is brought down on tackle number 3. 12 metres out from that Bradford line. Plays the ball just to the left of centre field. They're going to come back down the middle channel with a forward. Here goes Jacob Hart. That's tackled number 4. It's situation critical here. Castleford have to score, and they are going to score. They're over in the corner. We have the grandstand finale. It's Jason Quare. It's 5 tries apiece, and it's 26 points to 22. The kick has to be taken, and he's wasted no haste there. It's Callum Jordan. It's 26 points to 22, and here we go. Callum Jordan, he will look to send this one between the posts, and that one goes wide, and it's 26-22. Everyone's looking at the referee. He is going to say that that one was taken without the touch judges in place, so we're going to have to go again. He stopped the clock because there's no ball. There's late drama here at Odsal Stadium. It's unbelievable rugby league entertainment, and what a great credit these players, 17 players from both sides. An amazing try from Castleford's winger. Callum Jordan then. The pressure's off because the clock has stopped. This one, just to the right-hand post again. It's the same result. It's 5 tries apiece. 26 points to 22. goal kicking ultimately the difference this evening. Callum Jordan, just one successful conversion from 5 attempts.
We played 4 minutes of extra time.
And the referee, after playing 4 minutes of added on time at the end of the game, says there's still time to go. I don't think anybody wants this game to end, but right now at the moment, the Bulls do, and the players are looking a little bit mystified, but they've got to defend this set of 6 from the Tigers. What drama. Great entertainment from Castleford and Bradford. Lewis Camden. We're back underway here at Odsal Stadium. Castleford, they know that this will be their last set of 6. They have one last chance to break the hearts of the Bradford Bulls. Tackle number 1. They're just outside their own 20-metre line. They've got to go 78 metres. Surely not. Surely not. The Tigers, they fancy the chances. They're backing themselves. It's back down the middle channel. It's Greensmith. Greensmith's brought down just shy of the halfway line. Bradford now have to defend like their lives depend on it. Like they've lost 8 of their 9 lives and they're on the last one. They're on the 3rd tackle, 10 metres inside the Bradford half. We still play on here. Callum Jordan to Kwekwe. Kwekwe's brought down. Tackled up before. The Tigers inching closer to heartbreak for the Bulls. There's a chance here from Charlie Harris. He kicks ahead. That's panicked dead there by Jaden Myers. And it will be a goal line dropout. And we've still got time here at Odsal Stadium. An unbelievable finish here at Odsal. It's 26 points to 22. And I tell you what, Charlie Harris, he backed himself there. Clever little kick through. He realised that Costello and Myers were just ever so slightly out of position. But Myers read that one well. He quickly changed his defensive direction and he palmed that ball dead. Castleford's 3rd goal line dropout, and could this be the most important one of the evening? We're still playing on here at Odsal Stadium, and the ball's being picked off. David Camano to win the game for the Bradford Bulls. Camano to win it, and Camano will. A sensational try from David Camano. Castleford lost the ball 60 metres inside the Bradford half. Late heartbreak for Castleford. David Camano is like a young Ellery Hanley, and he will cross for the Bulls, and that will be game, set, magic. Bradford win 30 points to 22. What a game of rugby league this has been here at Odsal this evening. I tell you what, Castleford can leave Odsal with their heads held high. They have contributed to an absolutely magnificent game of Academy Scholarship Rugby League. What a try, what a turning point. Castleford had just forced a repeat set of 6. We're into the 6th minute of added on time here at Odsal. And David Camano, he will remember that one for many a year. I tell you what, as soon as this game's done, I'll be tweeting about this game. Outstanding effort from both sides. Lewis Camden then, from this main stand side. Can he pilot this one between the posts? Well, I tell you what, Lewis Camden, anything he touches turns to gold. And Bradford, they end the season with a sensational victory over Castleford Tigers.